Hello, hello. I trust you are all doing well. I'm Sherry with Creating Cards with Sherry, and this is my Simple Sunday video. I'm so glad that you have decided to join me today. If you see any of the products that you are interested in to purchase for yourself, be sure to go to my store, Creating Cards with Sherry, stampin'up.net. And put in that host code M3V2YKNY. And you can always follow me on my blog spot, Creating Cards, or my blog, creatingcardswithsherry.blogspot.com. And I appreciate you watching me today and visiting my blog spot and so on and so forth. Today we're going to do, I think, a fun card. I have been dreaming of doing a Northern Lights card, and I have watched several videos on how it's done. And this particular demonstrator by the name of Patty Bennett, she had a fantastic idea, and I thought it was the best in order to create the Northern Lights look. So that's what I'm going to show you today. It's very simple and very fun, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. Okay, we are going to use these colors: Granny Apple Green, Bermuda Bay, Gorgeous Grape, Fresh Freesia, and Night of Navy. The paper that we're going to use is from our New Horizons, and we're just going to be cutting this out and using this lower edge. And then we are going to be using a piece of paper from the Simply Marbleous collection that has now retired. It was in the Celebration catalog, but I have some left over and I have to figure out what to do with it, so I decided to use the idea that Patty had. And so this is what we're going to do. All right. What you want to do is you want to choose your colors. And like I said, I've shown you my colors. This is kind of a wintry look. So I apologize because I know we're all itching to be in spring, and I promise I won't be doing any more winter ones after this. But I just had to do this. I found it, and I was so excited about what she had done. And the one thing about the Northern Lights is you do want to have the pattern of going up and down and squiggly lines and that sort of thing to get the look of the sky just reflecting all these different lights. And so that's why she chose this Marbleous paper, because she could follow this pattern and create a beautiful look. And I'm going to see what I like best. I used the yellow shade of paper on my last one, and so I'm using this green one like she used in the video that I saw. And I'm going to see if I like the difference, if I can tell the difference, or if I like one better than the other. All right, enough of the Granny Apple. Let's move on to the Bermuda Bay. Then what you want to do, I always want to stamp off, because if you don't, you're going to get those big blotches. So then we'll just go right on top of that, and we'll follow that same pattern of lines. And we'll mix it in with the green a little bit. And I'm going to do that one more time. All right. So we've got our blue in there. And then, oof, that one doesn't want to move. There we go. And I'm going to take my Gorgeous Grape. And I'm going to go on top of that. Now you can see what happened because I didn't stamp it off. I got those little bunches in there. I wasn't I was thinking, but I was thinking about what I wanted to tell you next instead. So we'll just push those together. It's okay. It'll be all right. But yet when you do these, you really don't want to do that because it does bunch up quite a bit. All right, and then I'm going to take my fresh freesia. All right, and we're going to put a little bit of pink in there, and I'm just going to kind of mix it in with the purple. It doesn't look too different, but once we let the color sit there for a while, you'll be able to see the difference that's in there. And then the last thing we want to do is take some Night of Navy, and we're just going to go around the edges to make the night sky. So we just want to go like this. All right. So now we've got that pretty much covered. I'd like to have that a little darker if I can. So we're going to let that sit there for a little while. And then what we want to do is we are going to add this to it. I'm going to cut out here along this landscape. And I'm just going to loosely cut, nothing real fancy or careful or anything like that. You'll be able to see some of the white in there, and you'll get some of the darker blue, but it doesn't really matter. So we're just going to go around. Alrighty. And then we're going to put this right in place, right here. Doesn't that look pretty? Oh, I love those colors. Anyway, but before we do that, we want to stamp some trees. And we're going to use our shaded spruce. And if you've been stamping for a while, you know that if you just stamp on the edge like that, there's going to be a gap when you take this layer off. So I'm going to lower this just a little bit. And then I'm going to stamp my trees. See what I mean about that gap? Okay, and before we do one more of those, I'm going to take one more tree. I'm going to do a smaller tree. Whoops. Oh, shoot, I moved. And I'm going to put this tree right there. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to line them all up, take it right up and cover that space that I made, and it'll look like they're all together. Pretty cool, huh? How that works? All right. So what I'm going to do next, close that up. I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal and I'm going to adhere this to the paper. I'll line it up the best I can to the bottom there, bottom edge. All right. And then what I'm going to do is, instead of a vertical card like I did on this one, I'm going to do a horizontal one. So I'm going to grab my cutting board and make sure I get the dimensions that I want. I'm going to try not to goof this up. All right, I need this to be 4 1/4. Oh, I want it this way. I end up cutting the wrong thing. All right, and then I want this to be the 5 1/2. Now I want to, or 5 1/4 rather. I want to save a little bit of that snow down there. So I'm going to keep that much there, and then I'm going to go to 5 1/4. There we go. And I know I have a piece of Night of Navy. Oh, there it is. All ready to go. And we're just going to adhere that right there. Such a simple card to make. It really is. Once you get those blending colors in there, it is so simple to do. Oh, I need to cut this off just a little bit more. Let's see. I need it to be at 4, not 4 1/4. So we're going to, let's see if I cut this down. I might chop the tree a little bit. Well, I actually didn't do too bad. All right. All right, I'll put one more strip of glue on there. This page is not staying down for me. So I'm going to take my bone folder and just burnish it real quick. I'll lay it flatter. And then we'll go with this. Just like that. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love it, love it, love it. It is so pretty how that worked. And now you know how to do a Northern Lights. This one does look a little more springy, like it's trying to decide what weather. With the yellow, it brings it out a little lighter. But this is definitely the nighttime Northern Lights look. And so I'm just real excited that I could share this technique with you. Again, it's very simple, it's very easy, and if you're trying to figure out how to use up your Simply Marbleous paper, this is an easy way to do it, and it brings out those shades and that lighting really easy and simple. And then you can just choose a sentiment to go on the bottom. I haven't taken the time to do that because I just wanted to do this video real quick for you. When I finish these up, I might put them on I'll probably put them on my blog, and then you can see it with the sentiment and everything complete. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. You have a fantastic Sunday. And, oh, what I wanted to tell you before when I got distracted, I have a really exciting thing coming up. I'm doing a community service project where the people in my neighborhood and I are getting together, and we're going to make special thank you and appreciation cards for the police department of our city here in West Bend. Let me grab my cards real quick, and I'll show you what we're going to make. For the men, we have these two different shades, and we use that Simply Marbleous paper again. And the stamp set that we used is Sailing Home. That's what we use to put these, what we're going to use, I should say, to put these together. And we just used our cardstock, the Simply Marbleous DSP. We stamped the lighthouse and colored it up. We're going to put a compass and a rope with it. Okay? Then the other one that we did, we are using flowing flowers. And these we sponge painted. If you remember a while back, I showed you how to do some sponge painting cards with the stamps. And we sponge painted the stamps and then placed them, and we're going to place them on the card. So those are the two different ones that we're going to make for the women. So there we have for the men and the women, and I'm so excited. That's going to happen next week, Sunday. And because of that, I have a lot to do to prepare and get ready for that event. So I'm not going to do any more videos next week because I do need that time to get ready. So thank you so much for hanging in there with me and visiting with me today. And again, I hope you enjoyed these Northern Light cards as much as I did making them. I just love them, love them, love them, love them. You have a fantastic day. Bye now.